Welcome viewers and subscribers to another edition. This week we witnessed the coming of the Prince William and his wife Kate. They came, they saw, and they left. The fanfare behind them coming, I was not too enthused like many Jamaicans because we don't benefit from these people. Over the decades, the so-called royal family has maintained their power and their wealth built on the backs of slaves, blood, sweat, and tears. Many have died under this monarchy, and for people who were enslaved by them to be celebrating them or welcoming them, like some era or some grandeur, I find it repulsive. But to each his own. So I am in total solidarity with those who are protesting their visit, treating them like royalties, like treating the person who holds a gun to my head and rob me, rape my people, and take away everything we've got, and then I turn around and worship them. Now, so I stand in solidarity with those who protest. I congratulated Barbados a few weeks ago when they decided, we're going to become a republic, and we're saying we will have our own head of state now. Mr. Holness has now declared in front of their face, which I think is a bold step in a sense, a little late in coming, but nevertheless, let's hope this is not just word of mouth. Let's hope that we are now serious about becoming totally independent, because we have these people as head of state and the only thing they do is deport the unwanted of our people, those who they deem unfit or unwanted in their country, back to our shores, right? So it's about time we move away from the head of state. We move away from having these people as head of state. It's about time. If we say we are celebrating our independence, then we really need to show that we are serious about becoming independent. So let's get on with the task at hand to becoming a full-fledged republic. I am pleased to see now that the finance ministry has now, cabinet has been given the approval to exempt lithium-ion batteries from general consumption tax, GCT. That is a big step in renewable energy, so we can lower our energy dependence on fossil fuel. It is a big step, so I congratulate the ministry and the government. Again, long overdue. It's just the last program I said it because of the war in Ukraine. Now people are looking that, we really need to step away from being so dependent on fossil fuel. We need to move away from oil dependency. We are a tropical island. Even during hurricane, during storm, we still having sunlight. So we need to harness the energy of the sun. There's no other energy source that is more powerful than the sun. Why aren't we investing in technology to harness that kind of power to power our way of life? It's dumbfounded, and it's not new technology. It's been around. It's been around for so long under previous governments, not just the opposition, but even the JLP to some extent, because this technology has been around from early 80s. From early 80s, and we have been pussyfooting around the issue. The war has shown the vulnerability with depending on oil. So a late in coming for me, but I just spoke about it last week on the other on this said program that renewable energy needs to be considered. So now that GCT is going to be off on lithium batteries, but batteries that have storing capabilities for renewable energy, that's what it is. And so I am happy about this. If I'm not happy about anything else this week, I am really happy about this, because there's so much things that I'm not happy about with our country right now, and it's getting to me. But this is a big step, a big bold step. Yes, of course, GCT, the government does need to collect their revenue, but I believe if GCT is even lowered some more, the government will collect. It is foolish and stupid for those who have been hiking GCT over the years and expecting to get more. The lower the income tax, the lower the GCT, it's the more you will collect. It's just like even income tax. the lower, the more. People will stop hiding. People will stop trying to go around the tax system. If it is reasonable, people will pay it. Not everybody want to hide and scheme and try to go around the government and rob the government of what the government is due. Not everybody's like that, but sometimes when time these high taxation, people are going to find ways and means, creative ways and means, to be exact, to get around it, because it is preposterous. It is too ridiculous to be paying these high interest rates, even with the banks. See, more and more, the interest rate on motor vehicles and other loans are coming down. And it's not like Jamaica, the inflation rate has gone up. So why it hasn't been happening in the 90s? Why it hasn't been happening in the early 2000s? Because government policies makes a difference. And I don't care who want to be vexed on the other side of the politics. It is just the reality. Policies makes a major difference, right? So I'm happy to see that things, yes, inflation rate is high right now, and food bill is skyrocketing, my electricity bill, and I can just imagine those who are even less fortunate than I am, and the issues that they have in paying their bills. But you know, this is a big move, and I congratulate the ministry, the cabinet, for approving this step. It's a big step, and it will help. It will help all of Jamaica, right? Yes, the solar panels and the solar batteries and the AC to DC converters, they are expensive in the long run, in the short term, but in the long run, it will pay off. So, big move. This last week is really a sad and tragic one in our nation. Students have been killed, murdered, and get this, by their peers. A William Nib student was stabbed to death over a guard ring. Think about that for a moment, a guard ring. What kind of dealings, what kind of business that students should be doing that they think they need guard ring? And for those who don't know, guard ring is ring supposedly have supernatural powers to protect them, you know, coming from the occult, because that's what it is, obia. Yeah? What kind of dealings students, 15, 16, 14-year-old, what kind of things they should be involved in that they have the need to have guard ring? Huh? The Observer titled their story surrounding it, Ring of Death. Because here it is now, a student is dead, life is over, and another is now facing murder charges. His life too is pretty much on a limb. An Excelsior student was stabbed by his peer again. He is in hospital in serious condition. A Papine student was robbed and killed. And get this, it is alleged that he was robbed and killed by his classmates, his peer. Robbed of a cellular phone. What has happened in the last 15, 20 years with our students? We haven't had much infraction since COVID. COVID restrictions are now relaxed, and they're out in school now, and it's almost like it's a war zone. All kind of weapons are being collected at schools. When they are searched, they are found with all kinds of weapons. What is happening? Parents, you have dropped the ball. I said it on a program again, that our music has a major role in this thing. The society needs to be retrained. We need to be re-socialized, because they learn these things. None of these children were born with that kind of innate wickedness. I don't believe so. Yes, I know the scriptures that says the heart is wicked and deceitful above all things. But these behaviors are learned. These things are learned. The social fabric of society has broken down. There is no respect for law and order. Chaos rules the day. Man a bad man, girl a bad girl. We don't take no talk from nobody, and nobody can diss me. We need to wake up, and not just wake up, but get to work in retraining the society, because not too long we will start looking like Haiti. Yeah, we will start looking like Haiti. I'm not beating down on Haiti, but it's the reality. We're going to lose the prestige nation that we have. Tourists are now going to start do the toss-up. I run the risk losing my life if I come here, as opposed to going somewhere else. So, life or fun, you go figure. Because we can't be advertising ourselves as the world's greatest tourist destination, and we are having these kind of murders over and over. There's been so much shooting since the start of the year. We have to do something, Jamaica. Government, the responsibility lies on you. Yes, parents, guardians, you are responsible in some ways to be exact. But government, the law needs to be of major focus. Justice system needs to be in the right frame of mind, the right mode to deal with this thing. I was looking at the case interested. Jacure is in Amsterdam. He was sentenced to 6 years for stabbing, for wounding. 6 years now for wounding. And that is only because the attempted murder charge was dropped. So just imagine if he was convicted on the attempted murder charge. I did a program a couple weeks ago again about a man who committed 2 murders and he's been sentenced to 12 years. That, in my mind, is no deterrent. So, Justice Minister, you have your work cut out for you. I see where the gun law is the bill is tabled, and I do endorse it. 15 years is low for me too, to be caught with an illegal gun. You know, but we'll talk about that on another program. So, subscribers, viewers, that's my take for this week. Leave your comments, share, subscribe.